Hello guys, and welcome to another video from Rebel Culture. Today, I want to try out a new format. Together, we will be building a new Pokedex, by using characters from other Nintendo franchises instead of the standard mons from the Pokémon series. I want to make this an entire series, analyzing enemies from The Legend of Zelda, Kirby, Metroid, and the like. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to let us know, and subscribe to this channel. Today, we will be focusing on the Mario enemies. You know, your standard Koopas, Hammer Bros, and Goombas. The objective, as I mentioned, will be to create a whole Pokédex with characters of the Nintendo Multiverse. For the two people that have been living under a rock for the last 27 years, the Pokédex is a compendium of all existing Pokémon in the region of the games. Additionally, there is the National Dex, that is essentially an expanded version of such an encyclopedia of Pokémon, including Pocket Monsters from other regions. We are building a Multiverse Dex. But let's explain the rules real quick. What I'm gonna do in this first video on the series will be taking a Mario enemy, for example a Goomba, giving it a type from the Pokémon series or a combination of two types, an ability from the games, meaning a special power that is exclusive to a few Pokémon, and try to sketch out an evolutionary line. Cool? Then let's check out our first Mario enemy that we will be turning into Pokémon. You know it, you avoid it, and you jump on its head. It's the Goomba. We all know the foot soldiers of Bowser's army, the infantry of angry mushrooms ready to make Mario scream Mamma Mia with the first appearance in Super Mario Bros. In 1985. These characters were proven to be the King Koopa's most loyal followers, and have almost never missed an appearance in a Mario game ever since. Goombas are a standard enemy, a basic character of limited mobility, so I think they should have a normal typing. When it comes to moves, the player might find these little guys with the moves Growl and Tackle. The Goomba will also develop the ability to learn Headbutt as it reaches the level 12. When it comes to an ability, such a simple Pokémon deserves an equally simple ability. I like the ability Defiant for Goombas, that sharply increases the attack of the Pokémon once their stats are lower. I think it fits with the personality of this character. Okay, so that's it for typing and moves, but what about the evolution line? Let's see. I want Goombas in our game to be the equivalent to Rattatas in early Pokémon games, essentially just meat for your starter to destroy and force the player to understand the logic of the game. So following this structure, Goombas will evolve at level 20 into other Mario enemies called Galdumbas. These characters were conceived from the beginning to be a stronger version of the basic enemy. In their first game, they had to be jumped on twice to defeat them, with the first jump only turning them over. Hence, they are clearly the next stage in evolution. Galdumbas therefore will learn Harden as they evolve, and get a generous boost to their defense stat, to try and evoke that resistance to Mario's jumps. Finally, Galdumbas will have one final evolution, that could only be reached by trading a Galumba holding the King's Rock. Much like the evolution required for Slowking in the Pokémon series, after trading the Galumba, it will evolve into Goombas. Goombas is considered a ruler of Goomba, and first appeared in the original Paper Mario as a mini-boss, but more recently appeared in Super Mario 64 DS. Goombas will gain the typing Dark and automatically learn the moves Bulk Up that increases both attack and defense, Rage and Thief. These three moves represent the ability of Goombas in these games to grow angrier every time it was hit, and how in Super Mario 64 DS he kidnapped the Red Plumber. One final thing. Since I never liked that previous evolutions in Pokémon were always weaker than the next ones, for Goombas I want them to learn the move Magnet Rise, that will allow Goombas to grow wings and be immune to ground attacks. The key is that Goomba will learn this move at level 27, so 7 levels above its evolution to Galumba. There are the first 3 Pokémon of our Multiversal Dex: Goomba, Galumba, and Goombas. Now, let's continue with Koopas. If Goombas are the infantry of Bowser's army, then Koopas are only slightly over that. They will also have a normal typing, with their ability being Shell Armor, that will protect them against critical hits. Koopa's evolution line will be a tad more complicated, with the trainer having the ability to wait until level 27 to teach it the move Wing Attack, which will force its evolution to a Para Koopa, thereby gaining the flying type. Or instead, wait until level 35 and teach the Koopa the move Hammer Arm, that will trigger the evolution to Hammer Bro, and an added fighting type. If the trainer decides to teach Wing Attack, the Paratrooper will gain a boost of speed and has a 1 in 3 chance to develop a new hidden ability called Aerialate. That turns normal type moves into flying type moves. Additionally, evolving the Koopa to a Hammer Bro comes with the expected rise in attack. Okay, so here are the number 4, 5 and 6 in our Mario Dex. The Koopa, the Paratrooper, and the Hammer Bro. Then we have Boost, clearly a Ghost and Poison type, with the ability Levitate and the standard moveset of a Ghost Pokemon. Think moves like Confuse Ray, Hypnosis, and Lick. Additionally, to represent the fact that in Mario games Boost cannot move once you're facing right at them, if a Pokemon uses certain moves on a Boo, it will become paralyzed. For example, moves like Mean Look will have this effect. At level 25, Boo will evolve into King Boo, where it will develop the ability Cursed Body, which has a probability of disabling a move that has been used on the Pokemon. Also, when King Boo is defeated, the next turn it will have a 10% chance of coming back to life with 10% of its health. A hidden ability called Resurrection that does not exist in Pokemon games will be added in order to make this possible. Also, as a small gesture to Luigi's Mansion, where both Boost and King Boo featured extensively, the Grass-type move Absorb will be super effective against them, something that would otherwise not happen with a Grass-type move. So, here we have our numbers 7 and 8, Boo and King Boo. Hey, if you're enjoying this video, hit the like button and subscribe to Rebel Culture. We're really excited about this series and want to make it work for you guys. So subscribe and let us know that we're on the right path. So thank you. Now, let's continue. Okay, now we have the number 9 of our Mario Dex, Lakitu. Lakitu is gonna have a mixed typing of flying and poison, since the spinnies he throws are poisonous. Lakitu will also have the ability to levitate for obvious reasons, and a hidden ability that will allow it to poison steel and other poison types called Corrosion in the Pokemon games. Lakitu will not evolve from or into anything, but it will have some interesting effects in the player's experience. For example, having a Lakitu in the first spot of your team will give you an additional 20% catch rate with Pokemon encountered via fishing. This is a call out to Lakitu fishing your card in Mario Kart, or the ability of Lakitu to fish out moons in Mario Odyssey. Additionally, if Lakitu is caught with empty spots in your team, once it has been added to your team, all other empty spots will be occupied by our number 10 Pokemon, Spiny. So here we have the Pokedex screen for Lakitu. Spiny will be the number 10 of our Pokedex, and a half bug, half poison Pokemon, with the ability Immunity, which prevents it from being poisoned. This Pokemon will also have a special attack called Spiny Throw, that can only be used if a Lakitu is on the team as well. This is a very powerful attack that has a 50% chance to also poison the rival Pokemon. Additionally, Spiny will evolve into our number 11 Pokemon, Pokey, at level 35. Once it evolves, it will lose the bug typing and become a ground and poison type. The evolution will also make the Spiny forget automatically the move Spiny Throw. Additionally, it will receive a large increase in HP to represent the fact that in Mario games it needs to be hit multiple times for each part of its body. So, here we have the Pokemon number 10 and number 11. For our final Pokemon of this Mario Dex, let's consider the Shy Guys. These little guys will be presented as steel and dark types, representing the fact that their mask might be made of steel is not very clear, and because no one knows how their faces look under them. Their ability will be Steel Worker, that powers up steel moves. But here is where it gets interesting. After a given number of steps, the Shy Guy that you capture will ask you for an object. Any object you have except a key object. So for example, you can give him a berry, or a gold nugget, or a potion. This will happen somewhere around 10 times. And depending on what type of object you have given the Shy Guy the most, it will evolve into one or another evolution. For example, if you give it stuff like pearls, nuggets, stardust and the like, it will evolve into Thief Guy. gain an increase in speed and learn the move Thief, and lose the ability Steelworker for Pickup, an ability that can find objects as their trainer battles. Additionally, if they are given food items like berries, or more recently sandwich components seen in Scarlet and Violet, they will evolve into Chunky Guy, and will gain an increase in HP and learn attacks similar to Snorlax, like Rest, Body Slam, and the like. Chunky Guys will also increase their attack quite a bit upon evolving, but they will gain the ability Truant, which will keep it from attacking in consecutive turns. If Shy Guy is given items like potions or ethers, it will evolve into Sniff It, and lose the Sinister type, becoming fully a Steel type. Sniff It will also learn the move Pin Missile, and have increased defense. Also, while having a Sniff It on the team, a passive farm of potions, super potions, and hyper potions will take place, granting one of these after a given number of steps. Whether the Sniff It will produce potions, super potions, or hyper will depend on its level. From 1 to 30 only potions, from 30 to 60 only super potions, and from 6 to 100 only hyper potions. But you might be asking, what happens if you don't give the Shy Guy any objects? Well, then the Shy Guy will leave your team. Literally, it will disappear from your team. But there is a catch. After a given amount of time, regardless of where the player is, he will find a new version of Shy Guy called Spear Guy. And it will immediately force battle upon the trainer, who will have a new chance to catch the guy. But it won't be so easy, because regardless of which Pokemon the player has first on its team and therefore leads the battle with, Spear Guy will be 15 levels over that. Unfair, you say? You should have thought of that when the poor guy was asking for objects. This Spear Guy means that your previous friend has had to struggle in the wild without your care, but if you catch it again, it will never leave. So, here are our numbers 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. The Shy Guy, the Thief Guy, Chunky Guy, Sniff It, and Spear Guy. And that was all for today. If this video does well, we will keep expanding our Pokédex with characters from all of Nintendo. Of course with more Mario, but also Kirby, Zelda, and the like. So if you enjoy it, hit the like button, consider subscribing to Rebel Culture, and hit the bell icon to stay informed of our release schedule, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you.